People ask me all the time what I mix Total ISO in. Honestly, I mix it with everything. Water, egg whites,
What the f, Jay?
Capone, Daisy.
Jay, seriously? Don't.
He's pretty happy that the weather's
Yeah, it's perfect.
better. It was predicted rain today. You know, I called my guy to wash the cars today.
Really?
Yeah, he says it's gonna rain, so
Ah,
don't
crap.
be surprised if it's cloudy and it starts to rain.
I was gonna go wash my car too.
All that California weather is gonna come over here now.
That's great.
Tell me about your weekend in California.
It was good. You know, a lot of work. We filmed on Friday. That's gonna go up today. The video at Gold's. And then Saturday I went to Dave Fisher's Powerhouse because I couldn't film at Gold's Venice because they were filming a documentary. So now I'm getting the impression that this documentary is actually filmed by them because they're filming all the bodybuilders, the locals still.
So they're trying to hype up the Gold's Gym.
I think that's what it is. Yeah, I'm kind of piecing things together.
Amazing how documentaries have come into play. So important now in this era.
Yeah.
You know, where before, you know, they didn't have as many documentaries that were, you know, to show as much history. And
Yeah.
you know, we're deeper into the history of bodybuilding now.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny, they posted up my speech for RX Muscle for the award for the,
Oh, they did?
yeah, when I won the
Nice.
Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And, you know, I talked a lot about the Joe Weider relationship and people that have an influence on, you know, your career. And I was trying to reflect as I was building up how many people impacted me in order for me to succeed. And, you know, you start from the very beginning and it starts at your local gym. And, you know, Andy Stratus, who owned the Gold's Gym in Worcester, you know, he's the one that reached out to Lou Zawick and said, there's this kid training at my gym that has a ton of potential. And dude, I was nothing then. You know, I had big legs and, you know, I guess I had the structure, but, you know, he's the one that coaxed me into competing and gave me a free membership and allowed me to clean equipment at the gym to get a free membership and, you know, made me, you know, compete in a local show he promoted. And then, you know, that transpired into, you know, meeting Chris Aceto and Lou Zawick and, you know, next thing you know, Chris was coming and sleeping on my couch and, you know, helping me with a nutrition, you know, program that he didn't charge me for because I didn't have the money.
Yeah.
And then
that was a big
I had
break.
the opportunity, you know, Chris said, hey, we got tickets to go to California, go to Boston Globe, had a misprint, you know. And we flew to California, watched Chris Cormier win the
USA?
The USA, and you know, there was a guy, Marty Demersion, who was a gym owner, who, you know, took me out to eat there. I met Ed Connors. Ed Connors, you know, invited me to come stay at his house. And sooner or later, I'm staying at this multi-million-dollar house on Venice Beach at the time, and we were eating off of plastic lawn furniture. And I got to meet, you know, Lee Priest, and, you know, I got to meet Flex Wheeler for the first time, and I saw Victor Richards, which was unbelievable. He was crazy big at that point. And, you know, I got to experience California. And then Ed's like, hey, come back at the end of the year. This was July. And then I went back in November, just after. I might have spent Thanksgiving there. But I went for like a month. And I left just before Christmas. And I was so excited to go home because I missed Carrie and the little black dog, Scuttles, the little dog's name was. I remember flying back and being so excited, but I put on like 20 pounds when I was out there.
What did she say when she saw you?
Everyone was shocked, you know, because I was a lot more bloated in the face. I used to be really bloated because I was just, you know, I think I was taking a test and I was eating like a lot of sodium. You know, when you're young like that,
You
you're
don't care.
20,
Yeah.
And I was big. I was about 280, but man, it was still, you know, I was still coming off the Teen Nationals victory in July. And, you know, you learn things eating in California. I mean, we were eating nonstop, and I was riding a bike to the gym. I told you the bikes got stolen out of the house. But I used to ride from Oceanfront Walk down the alleyway, and they had that picture of Arnold on the wall right there. And it was just so exciting, man. It was just crazy. And then, you know, Ed's like, he introduced me to California, man. Just took me to Cheesecake Factory for the first time. It's the first time I experienced cheesecake, which I went last night, by the way.
You did? Okay.
Yeah, it was good. And then, you know, I decided with Chris, like, hey, we're going to go do the Tournament of Champions in 95. And next thing you knew, you know, I didn't want to do the Mr. Massachusetts. And a lot of people ask me why not, because bodybuilding was really big on the East Coast and like Jersey, Massachusetts, all those things. But I just wanted to do something closer to the books because I thought, you know, Aceto, that's where his advisement was great, because he's like, do the show in California. You'll be close to Muscle and Fitness and Flex. You might be able to get a photo shoot. Irvin Gelb was another guy that came. He came to my house and shot me prior to that. You know, we started to communicate. And next thing you know, I was able to shoot for Muscle Mag. He landed me in the magazines. I started getting featured as I was competing in that show. And then Joe Weider, you know, I got the chance to meet him, and he put me on the cover of Muscle and Fitness. It's kind of funny because I was eating at Cheesecake Factory every night, and I was eating pasta. I'd have one piece of cheesecake after. I was eating pasta. My big thing was pasta and chicken back then. So I would eat that every single meal. Like when we go to Cheesecake every night, we're going, my friend Bruce Vartani, which is another guy that helped me along the way. You know, we all went out there together. And, you know, Chris was with us and everyone. And Ed Connors, we go to eat cheesecake every night. And I was having that daily since the show. So the show was Saturday. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you know, I was doing photo shoots. And then, of course, Wednesday stopped. And I was dying to get this Muscle and Fitness shoot, but I couldn't meet Joe Weider until the end of the week. And it was kind of contingent on, hey, you have to win the Tournament of Champions to meet Joe Weider. So I won, and I'm like, hey, I got to get it. So Ed's like, I'm going to get a hold of him. You know, we'll get him to meet you. And I remember walking in his office with Chris Aceto, and I remember exactly, I was in a white V-neck T-shirt and these plaid shorts, and I had the blonde hair, you know, and I was all looking crazy. I had rebounded a little bit, and I walked right in his office. The first thing he said to me, looked at me, didn't say, I walked in like this crazy office, and he's like, who'd you shoot with? And I said, I shot with Irv Gelb, Muscle Mag, and da-da-da-da-da, and you're like, whatever, just like Muscle Mag, basically. He's like, because I want to put you on the cover. And I was like, oh my gosh. So of course they lined up a photo shoot with Robert Reef. We shot right in the marina, right by Jamaica Bay Inn, right there.
Yeah.
Right where I ended up living eventually. And we shot with this girl, Barbara. And dude, that was amazing.
How was it to meet Joe for the first time? You read his magazines and you go in his office and you get to talk to him in person. How was that?
It was wild, man. Like, you walked in his office and
I've been there. I've been there.
Like,
you know,
there's these crazy columns. The entryway is huge. The ceilings are tall, and you just feel like you're walking into the White House or something.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So I walked in, and you know, the secretaries, and they're like, you know, only you feel like, okay, you're going to meet royalty, because that's how it seems like. You got to get through like different steps to get to his office. And, you know, we went upstairs, and then when you went in there was books and, you know, this crazy desk, and here he was. You know, you expected him to be like in a suit and tie, but it was funny because he wore like a tie and a dress shirt and stuff, but he wore like sneakers to be comfortable. So it was kind of funny. He wore like tennis shoes, and all I was thinking the whole time was like, this is the guy that brought Arnold. You know, and eventually, I tell the story a lot, like Joe Weider, you know, he gave me the finance to be able to pack up and move. He's like, I want you in California. I want you to be by the book. So that happened after, but, you know, I won the new dog.
No, yeah.
Come on. So, you know, I won the tournament, got the cover, went home, and then all of a sudden you're a superstar at home because you're on the magazine racks in the grocery stores.
Yeah.
So, of course, my mom bought up every magazine there was, and, you know, I walk around in Worcester, Mass, and I'm suddenly like a big deal.
Big time.
I'm not even a pro yet. And then it's like a shoe-in. Everyone's like, you need to go to the Nationals, because the Nationals were in October. And I didn't end up going that year. I waited. And then, of course, the next year went and got the pro card and went out and did the whole California thing again, did the photo shoots and shot at metrics. That's when I pressed the 200-pound dumbbells with Chris Lund.
Wow.
Which was pretty amazing. It was awesome. And, Chris went with me again. And next thing you know, bro, I was just on the way, man. That was kind of the start of it all. And then Joe's eventually like, dude, you got to move to California once I got into the pros. And I tried to resist as long as I did.
Why?
Because I was scared of changing my lifestyle, dude. Like, remember, I was with my family a lot, so
yeah.
We kind of had a little established life there, and it was very simple. And I was afraid going to Venice. Okay, that's a great day. Come on. Okay, come on. Come on.
Because I can take him.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Come on, Capone.
I just was afraid. I guess I was afraid. I mean, it takes a lot, dude, to pack up and...
It's a big deal. Yeah.
Pack up and head out there. And, I moved to Orange County, so I didn't move to Venice.
Yeah.
And I had, I loved Venice. I loved going out there, and I loved the whole, but everyone around, like Mike Canberra, Mike.
Yeah.
He's the one that, when I had the opportunity, I said, I'm going to move to California. I ran into him. He's like, dude, let me show you around Orange County. So he took me down Orange County for the first time. And he brought me to the Elise apartments in Aliso Viejo, and I put my deposit on a place. And like I said, I kept that for 6 months, and then I bought a house. But that gave me kind of the transition time. And, Dillette was my neighbor there.
Yeah.
That's where Dillette lived. And we had a one-bedroom, and said it was $1,400, a lot of money for me back then.
Back then, yeah.
And the rest is kind of history, man. But meeting Joe Weider, I was like, I kind of went on a tangent about that, but Joe was the man, meeting Joe Weider was like, you made it, you know what I mean?
That's right.
Like, everyone knew. I mean, you remember, all the magazines used to be pictures of him and Arnold and him going to the gym and showing guys how to pose. And even when I shot with Robert Reef, he would show up to the photo shoots.
He would?
Yeah, because it was Muscle and Fitness, so he had a particular style with Muscle and Fitness. He was more particular because it had a lot more readership, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So he was very particular about how the photos were shot, and he always told me, I'm never going to make you look bad in a magazine. And I think that's where people have to pay attention now with their social media and think like Joe Weider did, like, okay, let me put out the best images of myself and not put out anything back. Come on, we're going to go a little more. Come on. Come on. You want to go?
Is he tired?
You don't want to go?
Maybe he's done.
You don't want to go anymore?
We'll put him inside.
Yeah, and for me, bro, like, I paid attention to that through my career. And I would give some advisement to anyone listening to this. Let's put it inside. And then, to not put out any photos of yourself that you might regret later, right? Come on. Or things on your media. Come on. In the house. Mama's going to feed you. Come on. Go ahead. I wouldn't put out anything that's not respectable or, something you might regret later. Look, we started walking that was so nice. Look, does it look like it's going to rain right now?
A little bit, yeah.
I think it's going to rain.
Yeah.
And I've kind of taken that in through my whole career and kind of like looked at, okay, there's certain images that you do or don't want on there. There's that fake picture of me sitting at the table with looking all fat.
Yes.
I don't understand how someone made that and it went viral.
Photoshop.
Yeah, it's a Photoshop because I never got that heavy, as you know. I always had abs, even at 300 pounds. So you have to be aware of that, and I think that, you're going to look at your branding as like someone like me who, I never expected to be as big in bodybuilding as I am now. Or became, and you have to be prepared because you never know where it's going to take you. People have these dreams, and I wish there was someone like a Joe Weider that made people feel the way that I did and was known as like the man in bodybuilding. And maybe some people view like the heroes is that guy, right?
Yeah.
That can kind of help them and put them in position, to kind of succeed. I mean, greatness, thrives off other greatness, right?
Yeah.
So Joe really made an impact in my life, and I think that's what the main thing about my speech was that, he became almost like a father figure for me. But I don't want to leave out all those other people that made it possible for me. McGuff was important in my career.
Oh, he was great, Peter. Yeah.
The people that supported me, along the way, I mean,
Yeah.
you were around for a lot of it. You came across a lot of people. But I look at the early point because once the momentum started, it just continued to...
Yeah, by the time I met you, one, you were well on your way already. You
Yeah.
got second at the Olympia. Yeah, you did most of the... Yeah, you were on your trajectory to the title, for sure.
Yeah, and then, of course, Muscle Tech came along, gave me a great contract.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
ISS Research, they looked out for me when
Yep.
after I left Weider, because just, I had to think about my family, and I had a great opportunity with that. I met great people like Kevin DeHaven, who we became good friends.
Yep.
We partnered in now one of the shows. I became close to Steve Weinberger. He brought me out to guest pose. I mean, Jim Mannion, he brought me out to Pittsburgh to guest pose when I was nothing. And, I never stopped going out and supporting those guys, and they supported me. And, there's a long list of people that impacted me. Even Dan, Dan Solomon, when he had Pro Bodybuilding Weekly, remember, he used to have me on every year. And, he was always supportive of it. And
it's so funny to see where everyone we met way back in the day is at today, don't you feel?
Yeah, but I miss it a little bit. I think a lot about, when I won the title in 2006. So I won in September. And for the first time in a minute, I didn't go home to my family to celebrate Thanksgiving. And I went to LA, and I got to celebrate Thanksgiving with Chickarillo. I think Deloro was there.
Diana.
Yeah, no, there was. We went to Shanghai Reds. You didn't go, did you?
I wasn't there, I don't think.
I think Matt went. And we had a few people, but I remember, spending that time with Bob. And, that was the first time I really got to hang out with him.
Mm-hmm.
It was just pretty cool. I mean, it was just, you started to meet new friends, and the title brought me more opportunity. And, Monder, brought me over, over to, over to the Netherlands.
Yep.
He brought me to see the Eiffel Tower for the first time. We drove to France. And, you just meet certain people. And, I was able to compete in a show out on the tour after I got to visit Romania. And it's just crazy how time just goes by so fast, dude.
I know.
And there's just so much to see and so much success. And I owe it all to, like, those people, I mean, a lot of hard work and dedication, but just goes to show, like, dream big, because you can get anywhere.
Yeah, it's good advice.
It's pretty incredible. So I think I'm going to call the title of this Meeting Joe Weider, Meeting Joe Weider with the Jaywalking. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
and,
that's awesome.
But listen, I hope you guys are enjoying the content. I hope everyone is staying focused on their aspirations. I mean, we're coming into the end of the year now. I just started a new challenge on the Cutler Club, and it's $25. You can join. It started today, but you can still join. So if this video launched, there's still time to sign up. I'm giving workout plans, diet plans, and then we have a live Facebook group. So I'm on there. It's only 4 weeks.
Nice.
It's 30 days to lose 10 pounds. So this is a drop weight program. And, you guys can register at the Cutler Club on the challenge. And I'm excited for it, man. We got a lot of people signed up already. We just launched it this weekend. The news about it. And a lot of people are signing up. So I got about $3,500 in prizes I'm giving at the end. Yeah.
Nice.
So it's pretty cool. So just to kickstart people before they start eating at Thanksgiving or Christmas, because they know around the holidays.
No, yeah.
So I think my plans, I go back to Mass this week. I got the New England's next week, and we have a great sign-up list already.
Nice.
A lot of people registered. A lot of dogs barking.
Yeah.
A lot of neighborhood dogs.
Yeah.
And So I head back to Mass. I'll be out there a week. I'm gonna do all the Halloween stuff, see the family, and then we're gonna
Back next week.
back. You know, don't forget, mark your calendar. San Diego, I'll be there the weekend before Thanksgiving, so it's gonna be like around the 21st or 22nd. San Diego Fit Expo, I'll be there present. But we'll see. I might go to Nationals. That's in Orlando in December. I know a lot of people competing there.
Oh, wow.
But make sure you guys like, subscribe, share the video. Please comment. Please comment about what you think about my meeting Joe Weider and all these people and how they influenced me and how maybe some people influence your life.
That's right.
And are you still shooting for the top? That's the question. We all should be. So stay tuned for the next Jaywalking, guys, and you know, keep chasing it. And we're out.
All right.